Alright, so as promised, I was going to put a few things together that will help you with your mobility and flexibility. I'll quickly run you through some really good exercises and drills and positions for you to work on. The first one is for the hips, external hip rotation. It's called the Pigeon. You get into a plank, and then your right foot, left hand, shin down, push into your right knee. So as I'm pushing, it's actively external hip rotation. And then I slide back with my left leg, and I keep my hips aligned. So that's the Pigeon. You can spend some time in here. Don't force it. Swap, other side, and start at an angle that works for you. So it might be this, and then eventually, as you get more flexible in that hip, you'll come out here and work your way up to this position here. And you want to work on getting your hips towards the ground. So spend some time in this and then alternate. Okay, next one is the downward dog. So right now I'm pushing my hands into the ground, right here, pushing myself away from this position, right here, and my butt up, and my heels into the ground. So the heels can be off the ground or on the ground. It depends on your flexibility in your calves and your hamstrings. So here we go. I'm pushing my head between my arms, and then I come into a plank, adjust my feet, and do the reverse, which is the upward dog. And now I'm working on my spine, my thoracic spine. So I'm squeezing the glutes. You don't want to work on the lumbar at all. It's all here, okay? So the downward dog is really to work on your psoas, the front, everything there, and your thoracic spine. I can put my feet flat, then I can plant the balls of my feet again, and I can walk my feet in a bit and do the reverse, the downward dog, and hold this position a bit. So I'm working the shoulders here as well. As I'm doing this, you're also working on strength, you're also working on flexibility. So far we got 3 exercises that you should include on your mobility and flexibility days, okay? Then the next thing is just very simple. It's working on your scapula, and you're working on your thoracic spine, mind muscle connection as well. Here's what I'm doing. I'm contracting my scapula at the back and pulling it down. So that pushes my chest out. Now I'm going to raise my arms, but I'm going to keep pulling back. So I'm not going to raise my arms here. I'm going to keep pulling back. And up all the way till I'm overhead. And back down. Nice and slow and controlled. This should not be done fast. So if you look side on, my arms are not here. But depending on your flexibility and your mobility, it might be here to start with, and eventually you get it nice and far and back. And here's also what you want to work on while you're moving up. If you find a spot where you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, that's where you need to work on your mobility, which is ease of movement. And ease of movement is a combination of a lot of things: strength, stability, mind muscle connection, and the list goes on, okay? So let's say you find that spot here, and then you just focus on that a bit till that releases and you get control over it, and then you go all the way from overhead all the way down in one smooth movement, okay? So that's 4 things to work on, and I'll post a few more as we move along through this challenge. See you soon.